There's a silence heavier than any scream, the kind that drops like an anchor into your gut and never quite leaves. My name is Harper. I'm 35. I have a 5-year-old son named Finn. And on the last night of last year, at 11:48 p.m., my father taught me exactly how conditional love can be. We were at my parents' house just outside Knoxville for their usual New Year's Eve get-together. My sister, Rowan, arrived with her husband, Derek, and their 3 children, perfect little packages of chaos named Mason, Ivy, and baby Colton. Rowan had followed the script everyone applauded. Married young, stayed local, built the kind of life that photographs well for holiday cards. I took a sharper turn. After college, I moved to Atlanta, carved out a career in risk management, married at 31, welcomed Finn at 33, and watched my marriage quietly dissolve by 34. No fireworks, just 2 people who realized they wanted different futures. I rebuilt alone, with a toddler who still called every man daddy for the first 6 months after the split. By December, I was steady. Good salary, cozy townhouse, a little boy whose laugh could light up a dark room. I wasn't looking for applause. I just wanted to feel like I still belonged at the family table. The moment I stepped inside, the living room hit me. In the corner by the fireplace stood a mountain of presents, stacked so high the bows brushed the mantel. Dozens of boxes in shiny silver and deep navy paper, each tag bearing one of my nephew's or niece's names. Finn had exactly 2 small gifts tucked under the main tree, wrapped in plain craft paper I'd picked up at the dollar store. I swallowed the sting, hugged my mom, carried in the cheesecake I'd baked, and smiled through dinner like nothing was wrong. When gift time came, the room turned into a whirlwind of tearing paper and delighted shrieks. My parents had gone all out: a drone, a massive Lego castle, tablets, matching winter coats, even a pint-sized electric Jeep. Later I overheard Rowan and Derek in the kitchen, $3, $800 total, they said, laughing about how the kids deserved it after a tough year. Finn sat on the carpet with his 2 modest packages, carefully opening a set of illustrated storybooks and a small puzzle. He didn't whine. He didn't compare. He just leaned against my leg and whispered, "Mom, this one has dinosaurs." That quiet dignity from a 5-year-old nearly broke me. Around 11:30, Rowan took her crew upstairs for pajamas and teeth brushing. Derek scrolled on his phone. My parents and I were left in the living room. The words came out before I could stop them, calm and measured. "Mom, Dad, Finn only got 2 things tonight. I'm not mad. I just want to know if something's changed." My mother glanced at my father. He leaned back in his recliner, voice steady as if he'd rehearsed it. "Harper, Rowan's kids need the extra help right now. That's the truth. You've always landed on your feet. You don't rely on us like they do." He wasn't finished. "And honestly, things have been calmer around here without the extra stress you and Finn bring. Maybe it's best if you sit this one out next year. We function better when the focus stays where it belongs." Focus. That word landed like a slap. I glanced at the old wall clock shaped like a barn owl, 11:48. 13 minutes to midnight. I folded Finn's wrapping paper neatly, slipped the books back into the gift bag, and went upstairs to collect my son. My mother called after me. "Harper, don't make a scene, it's almost the new year." I answered softly, "You're right, Dad. We won't pull focus anymore." I drove the 2 hours back to Atlanta with Finn asleep in his car seat, cheek against the window, storybooks clutched in his small hands. The highway was empty. I cried once, hard, ugly tears that fogged the windshield, then wiped my face and kept driving. No angry texts, no late-night calls, just silence and the low hum of tires on asphalt. The first week of January, I did what I do best. I analyzed. Numbers don't lie, and I speak their language fluently. Over the years, my parents had turned to me for financial advice, refinancing their mortgage, consolidating credit cards, even reviewing Derek and Rowan's loan paperwork when they needed help. I'd given it freely. I also knew they'd ignored my warnings about a new boat purchase on high-interest financing and a backyard remodel that stretched their budget thin. Rowan's family had borrowed from them too. I'd caught fragments of those conversations. I wasn't plotting payback. I was drawing a new boundary. My therapist asked one simple question in our next session. What does Finn need from you this year? I pictured my son on that living room floor, calm and kind while the world celebrated around him. He needs to know he's enough exactly as he is, I said, and that we don't perform for people who make us feel small. 2 weeks later, on a cold Thursday afternoon, my father's name lit up my phone. I let it ring 3 times before answering. Harper, sweetheart, he began, voice softer now, edged with strain. January's been rough. After the holidays, we're a little short. The house payment, we could really use $20,000. You've always been the one who figures things out. There it was, the capable daughter, summoned only when convenient. I kept my tone even. Dad, I'm going to treat you and Mom exactly the way you treated Finn and me on New Year's Eve. Silence stretched across the line. You said we bring tension. You said Rowan's family needs the support. You said we're better off staying away. So I'm listening. We'll stay away. And that 20,000 stays where it's actually needed with us. He started to protest, the familiar beginnings of an excuse forming. I cut in gently. I love you both. But love doesn't mean I keep writing checks while you choose one side of the family over the other. Your words set the standard. I'm simply matching them. I ended the call. It didn't feel like victory. It felt like exhaling after holding my breath for 35 years. My father called twice more that week. My mother left one voicemail. I didn't pick up, but I sent her a single text. When you're ready to talk about what happened that night, not money, but the way Finn and I were made to feel, I'll listen. 11 days later, she finally called. No grand apology, just a quiet admission. I should have said something. I didn't. I'm sorry for that. It wasn't everything, but it was a crack in the door. Finn never heard the full story. He was 5. What he remembers from that January is his mom taking him to the Science Museum, letting him choose any book he wanted at the bookstore, and ordering dinosaur-shaped pancakes at our favorite diner. He felt chosen. Loudly. Every single day. Some silences break families apart. Others carve out the space needed to build something stronger. That night at 11:48, my father spoke a truth I finally believed. And in believing it, I set us both free.